Bro, what is this production? Oh! Oh my god. That nigga got it.
And the thing that I really appreciate about Tank is he's a dog. That kind of what he just said, you can put them earmuffs up and go at it. He kind of will assess you as well, and whatever he needs to do, he'll do it.
Jake Paul has finally broken his silence after new sparring footage of Gervonta "Tank" Davis took over social media, and fans can't stop talking about his reaction. The viral clips show Tank looking sharper, faster, and more explosive than ever. Many are now wondering if this is the best version of Davis we've ever seen, a fighter entering his absolute prime. Tank made his name dominating the lighter divisions, usually fighting around 133 to 135 pounds, never above 140. Jake, on the other hand, is a natural cruiserweight, walking in at 200 pounds. That's not a small gap. That's multiple weight classes apart. With that kind of difference, everything changes. The bigger man often has the edge in power, punch resistance, and physical control. It becomes less about skill alone and more about who can take the hits and keep fighting.
Something else that's unfortunate is the idea that Jake Paul might actually fight Gervonta "Tank" Davis. This can't be real. When it came up a couple of months ago, I was like, you know what? I'm not even gonna cover this because there's no way it's real. There's no way they're really gonna do that because it makes no sense. Why would you do that for him? Outside of it, like, okay, you can look at it like an exhibition, which it will be, and we'll take a look at some of the rule set for it. But Gervonta Davis is one of, if not the best, biggest names at 135 pounds, and is an active in his prime fighter. I don't want to hear the similar to Floyd and Logan thing, because at that point, Floyd was retired. Floyd had done all he needed to do in the sport. Tank is still in his prime, still has multiple high-level opponents that he needs to fight. And you can say, oh, you know, the Jake would be a one-off. Side quest. That's fine, but that just tells me that Tank doesn't care about being a high-level champion in the sport.
Boxer Carmamel Mutton recently shared what it was like sparring Tank when he was just 15 or 16. He admitted he was nervous at first, but the session turned into a mental chess match, all about timing and precision, not raw power. Moughton said Tank didn't go full force, but instead tested rhythm and angles. The power was there, but the real surprise was Tank's quickness and control. Moughton called it one of the toughest and most valuable experiences of his early career.
What was it like when you sparred him? I know you sparred Tank early on.
Yeah.
What was that experience like? Like, replay that experience for me. Like, you coming out of it, what was your thought?
Yeah, I was nervous at first. I think I was 15 at the time we sparred, so he wasn't really like trying to knock me out or nothing like that. But we was going like, he was using the speed on me. Like, we was both like going speed for speed, and it was great. It was like a chess match.
Did you understand in that moment like why he is who he is?
Yeah. I seen why he's able to beat these guys. Then I also seen why I'm so like I got all this hype around me too.
Sean Porter came to Tank's defense, saying the exhibition with Jake Paul is a smart move, not a sellout. For Porter, it's about financial security and smart business, not just legacy. Since it's an exhibition, the danger is limited and the reward is huge. He reminded fans that fighters don't have long careers, so taking big money opportunities makes sense. In Porter's eyes, Tank is giving fans entertainment and protecting his future at the same time.
They're trying to make it safer and, you know, all those sorts of things, but there's still this pureness to boxing that really doesn't exist in sports anymore, but it's still there with boxing. I think that's why people have such a problem with this kind of move from Tank Davis.
Is it more the heart? How do you guys feel being boxers?
Man, like once you hear the numbers, I'm like, they're talking, like, I don't know the official one, they're talking about like 100 mil.
Oh, damn.
Like, they're talking about these insane numbers. Like I'm gonna be like, don't take that. I'm not gonna tell another man not to take that type of check, especially for something like that. It's not on your official record. It's an exhibition. I'm not gonna lie here and act like I'm not gonna say yes to 100 million or something like that. But I do see exactly what you're saying about the essence of boxing. I wish they would kind of separate a little more, because exhibitions have always been a thing. There's always been an argument.
Right.
But they're just selling it like a real fight almost.
Right.
So I think that maybe if we could create a better like distinction, more of a difference.
Right.
There might be less hate on it, but at the end of the day, man, I'm not gonna tell Tank not to take that fight.
And I said this last year. I said create a influencer title. And let those guys fight over there in the influencer world. They can live the world and the life of I'm a world champion without having to do something like this. Now, the issue for this that I have is you have a legitimate 135-pound champion fighter getting in the ring with a 190, whatever it is, that Jake Paul is at. So now we already let's really answer this thing.
Still, critics argue that the fight feels more like a spectacle than a real contest. Even promoters seem to agree, with safety measures like a 195-pound catch weight and bigger gloves. Those rules exist because of the massive size gap. Supporters say that while Jake has the size, Tank's elite skill will shine through, that he'll slip inside, land crisp shots, and make Jake look slow despite the weight difference.
Comment about it. My question is, what's the rules, and like, are they gonna actually try and knock each other out? Because it's gonna be a glorified sparring match. I'm not watching, dude. I don't give a fuck.
Jake's gonna have a hard time hitting him.
Yeah,
You know,
big time. Gervonta's so fast and skilled.
Gervonta's gonna eat his.
I thought
guts.
Jake was gonna fight Anthony Joshua. That seemed.
No, that was actually getting.
That
sounded
the
more
craziest
interesting.
idea I've ever heard. Jake Paul trying to fight Anthony Joshua is, crazy.
Not a sanctioned professional bout. This means the fight will not count towards either fighter's professional records.
So it's still being finalized.
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like
So
that.
what is so behind the scenes? You think there are things like, hey, we
Yes.
don't punch each other in the jaw?
Yep. Or don't go. We can punch to the face, but don't go for broke. Like, don't knock me out.
Really?
Yeah. It's an exhibition.
That's
so
not
they
very
can get away
interesting
with
to
it.
me.
No. Until I find the rule sets, but when I hear exhibition, I'm like, okay.
Jake is bodied up, man.
He's big.
Yeah,
Probably has 100 pounds on Gervonta.
maybe. I'd say Gervonta probably walks at 150.
He's so small.
He's so small. I mean, he's really small. Bring up Gervonta Davis next to Floyd Mayweather, because I've seen Floyd in person, and he's tiny. You've seen Floyd in person?
I've worked with Gervonta and Floyd.
Tiny.
Well, Floyd likely has shoes on.
Oh, dude, he's so small.
He's tiny, guys.
Yeah. And he's so small. Wow. Great.
Chael Sonnen, though, isn't impressed. He slammed Jake for moving from potential bouts with big names like Anthony Joshua to an exhibition with Gervonta Davis, calling it a downgrade. Sonnen said Tank isn't naturally built to hype fights. He lets his fists talk. Jake, meanwhile, thrives on promotion and storytelling. Sonnen believes the event's success will rely more on Jake's marketing power than on the actual fight itself.
It is the exact opposite of Anthony Joshua versus Jake Paul for 2. So the fight that was being dangled and rumored in front of us, the exact opposite has happened. The opposite of fighting Anthony Joshua is not fighting nobody. The opposite of fighting Anthony Joshua is fighting Tank Davis. Okay. So there's one big glaring issue for me. It's just your partner being Tank Davis. Tank is not the guy that knows how to sell a fight. Tank cannot sell a fight in his own division. It could be a title fight, a contenders fight, a main event fight. He could be the favorite. He could be the underdog. Tank doesn't know how to bring that information to you guys in a way that is compelling. And Tank is already blinking in this situation. You have one guy who is argued amongst the pound for pound current greats in boxing. You have another guy that has suggested he should not even be allowed to box, that he should have to call it something different. He should not be licensed. He should not be ranked in the top 14. He should never be selected for a world title. Okay. Now, Tank has one job to do, which is to let anybody know that's listening that it doesn't make any difference, that boxing is a real sport.
Interestingly, Tank's opinion of Jake has changed over time. At first, he mocked Paul as nothing more than a YouTube entertainer chasing clout. But as Jake trained harder, improved his skills, and proved his dedication, Tank took notice. He's now acknowledged Jake's discipline and toughness, even admitting he might consider a fight with him. Not for legacy, but for the sheer spectacle and exposure it brings.
How about Jake? What do you think of Jake?
Clown. He's a clown. I know that Jake can't fight. He can't fight. So
would you look at it as a joke if your team was like, yo, we want you to fight Jake Paul? Would you be like,
yeah,
come on, man?
I laugh at him. You want me to fight him? At first, I didn't like how Jake Paul was coming because of how he was making it look. But now that I see that, I feel as though he's still a clown because that's his personality. I'm starting to respect it because he's not doing it like for the hype. He was really like trying to be a boxer. I think that he's decent.
Yeah.
Like he's good. I mean, he's not good, but he's going that way.
Is he better than you thought he'd be?
Yeah. Gotta be mentally tough to be able to box. So that's why I don't take that away from some fighters or some people that want to jump into the sport. So this show how tough you are. That's how